Welcome back. It's good to be back. It is Friday, and I feel like I'm getting caught up after taking 2 days off last week. And, well, we got some printing to do. I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to show today or what I'm going to talk about, but I got to talk about something. So I do have some work to do on the 1070 here. I have a lower fuser that is starting to look bad, and the upper web you can still print fine, but what I'm finding is, depending on the paper stock, it could potentially stick to this bottom roller and create a jam instead of coming off, and it's really only a matter of time until these fingers catch and completely ruin that. And this upper web, so it's starting to delaminate, and I happen to have all that stuff on hand from other kits that I bought over the past year or two. So what I typically do is I just set my parts on top here to kind of remind me that that needs to get done at some point, but probably not today because I still have a lot of printing to do. I'm going to show you how I set up a booklet job on the 1200. I have this case of paper here. It's 1117, and there's a perf at 8 3/4. There's a perf right here. I got to do a couple more of these because I'm not going to have enough for the job. But that is so that you can have forms that tear out of a booklet. So I got to get that set up and running. I have some flyers and posters that are color, and I also need to finish collating these 1200 booklets. You know, and like I said last video, it always happens. If you take a couple days off work, you're usually slammed when you get back. And wouldn't you know, I had 400 books to coil bind, which I tell you what, having that automatic punch is so awesome, because that just punched away as I could do other things. That would have taken me a lot longer if I had to punch that by hand. So I got those books done, and I had 1,200 of these booklets and 200 other booklets, and yesterday I did another 800 booklets on the 1200. So I had plenty of work, and people were calling wondering when the stuff is going to be finished, but hey, we got it done. Speaking of simple job tickets, that's what I got. Poster, I need 4 of them, 2 up. Print quantity is circled. So, and the flyer, 1,000, 4 up, 250. Keep it simple. It's gonna get that one started first, then I'm gonna get the 1200 started, and then we'll get to stitching some booklets. So quite often, a lot of my customers let it up to me on what kind of paper that I print their job on. They tell me what they want it to do, and then I put them into the correct paper. And you know, it's a blessing and a curse, because it's nice because then I can just get to work and I don't need to try and explain to them different types of paper and the pros and cons. But it's a curse too, because then that weight is on my shoulders. But yeah, I think 100-pound text is what this flyers is going to be. I like it. Okay, so I have 3 different papers set up in here for this booklet. I have tray 2 is the cover, tray 3 is the pre-perfed sheet, which there's a right and a wrong way to put this in here since it's not at the center. One thing the printing industry has taught me is that 50-50 odds are pretty horrible. So I don't even try and figure out which way I should put that in there. I just put it in there and run it, and then if it's right, it's right. If it's wrong, it's wrong. So that's just easier in my mind. And then of course I have 60-pound text in the other tray. So I set this up. I'm gonna send it back here and see if it works. Uh-oh. Wonder if this cover might be too heavy for this saddle stitcher. Okay, so that goldenrod cover is too heavy for the stitcher. If the stitcher was new, it would probably work fine, but showing its age, you know what, I could probably clean the rollers. That might help too, to get that to fold. But we don't need cover stock, and I have 60-pound text in goldenrod, so we're going to use that instead. Let's give that a whirl. And good news is the perf is at the right spot. It's my lucky day. And that stitch too. Okay, that's good. That's gonna run for a little bit. I gotta cut down what I just printed. I have postcards that need to get mailed today, and this job needs to get mailed. And I got other stuff I should do too. Need to perforate some more sheets. And I'm specifically using a long grain sheet because I want the grain direction to go perpendicular to the perforations, just to give it some more strength. If I used a short grain 11-17 and perforated it, it would tear a lot quicker. So just to make sure I don't have problems in manufacturing going through the machine, long grain. Well, it's kind of sad. That's the last time that I'm going to be doing that job. That was a publication that was printed every 2 months or so. And they're going to be dissolving, so they're not going to be doing anything in the future. And it was kind of a fun thing to do. It was neat to look at, and it was also a pretty decent job, which was nice to have repeat business. But if you know me and you've been watching this YouTube channel for any amount of time now, I'm kind of an odd bird, and I see opportunity in everything, and I'm kind of excited. You know, sad to see it go, but the reality is it's going to free up a decent amount of my time, and also my sister, who designed that, it's going to free up her time, and both of us can work on other things that we don't have enough time to get to. So it'll be nice. We always have a long list of projects to work on, so we can devote some more time into those projects that are, if done right, if it's more profitable than that job, it's going to be good for business. So there's always opportunity in everything, and optimism always pays off. So not a whole lot of information in today's video, but it's good to be back. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one.